Imposter syndrome. It is something that most people deal with at some point. It's that feeling of phoniness, like you're not enough. You don't feel worthy. That is imposter syndrome. And I think we can all relate to feeling imposter syndrome. For me, it has felt like I'm not worthy of being a coach. And darn it, I am. Or even being a parent for the first time, like, I'm not worthy of being a parent. What am I doing? I don't know enough. Well, imposter syndrome looks different for other people. A lot of times, too, it stems from our past. We were born in maybe a household where people were critical of us, or we have jobs where people are critical of us. We compare ourselves to others, and that's not fair to us. We should not compare ourselves to others because we're not others. And so, with imposter syndrome, those things happen, and it causes us to again have self-doubt creep in, anxiety increases, we again don't feel worthy, we don't feel like we're enough, and so forth. So if we don't keep our imposter syndrome in check, though, what happens is we have an increased risk for anxiety, depression. With those can come addiction, and maybe if we're working for someone else, we feel like we're not worthy, so we're not going to get as much done at work. We're going to put projects off. Again, self doubt creeps in. Are you seeing a pattern here? Anyways, with imposter syndrome too, we may find that we're spending time on social media comparing ourselves to others. I want to have you think twice about that, because about comparing yourself to others on social media, because you're not them. Okay. Your business is not in the same place as theirs, maybe not even in the same category as theirs, or say it's in the same category, that's fine. However, maybe your business is more of a fledgling business. It's a newer business versus someone who's more experienced, has a higher following, and so forth. So keep that in check. Um, be mindful of people that you surround yourself with in business and in life, because those negative people, although they may mean well and they love you, they are not in the same place as you. Their headspace is not in the same place as you. So if they bring you down, you may want to shift from them for a bit, or set up boundaries so that way you're around them at certain times with certain folks to keep you in a positive light and keep you where you need to be. Um, Anyways, so those are just a few things to be thinking about with imposter syndrome. Also, with imposter syndrome, uh, if it again left unchecked, it can cause the anxiety, the depression, the addiction, uh, again, unfinished projects. So if you've noticed that you're not wanting to do things in your business, or you're falling out of sync with things in your business, or at work, if you work for someone else, then you want to obviously be doing things to keep that imposter syndrome in check. And what I coach my clients on is a journal. Journal your thoughts, journal your what you're thinking, because what you're going to find is when you're journaling these thoughts, you're going to be able to identify them and pivot from those activities that are causing you to feel the imposter syndrome come in. Again, you're going to be maybe you're doing a task and you're like, I just don't know enough about this. No, stop what you're doing. You need to write down that thought. And then I have my clients go back and think about in the past, what have they done in the past to conquer things? What have they done in the past that has made them successful in certain things? And what they found is that when they do those exercises, they have accomplished more than they thought they had, or that they thought they could. And it brings them back to, okay, yeah, I am worthy. Yeah, I know more than I think I do. So again, that's another exercise you can do to help pivot your thoughts with the imposter syndrome as well. So again, if you notice these things creeping up, sit, journal, think about the thought that pops in, the circumstance that caused that thought to pop in. What were you doing at that time that caused that thought to pop into your head? Because that will help you too to pivot from that thought. Um, Anyways, just a few things I wanted to leave you with today from my wonderful workshop I had today about imposter syndrome. A few more things I want to leave you with too is that maybe you need to pivot from your career to your calling. Okay. So, what I mean by that is some people are doing jobs that they should not be doing, or maybe they're thinking they need to go back into the job force instead of facing that fear and pivoting into it, into your calling. I know we're all called to do something, and our message is in our mess. And we've got to charge forward into that message, and that's what I work with my clients on. I work with them on identifying what have I done in my life that is my message. What are my strengths? What are things that I've forgotten I've done? Because those are things that we can actually lean on to make us better and make us stronger. Is leaning on to those um, to those past experiences that we've had a lot of success in, or we've had some success in. So, anyways, just things I want to leave you with. Again, I'm Lydia Cook. I'm a life coach, I'm a nurse, and I work with my clients on shifting their mindset into a mindset of abundance and growth and seeing the positive and negative light and helping them to grow and expand forward. Another thing too that I help my clients with when dealing with imposter syndrome is coaching and mentoring, because coaches and mentors can help people identify gaps or people identify areas where they can improve. Um, as a nurse, we're taught how to assess our patients, how to assess circumstances and situations, and that is something I've really honed in on over the years, is assessing my patients and where they're at and where they could go, both in compliance with their medications or treatments and so forth, and identifying those opportunities where they can grow further. I did this in pharmaceutical sales. As a clinical manager, I would go in and assess hospitals and where are the gaps in education with the staff and where can we take things further. So that is something as nurses we have a special keen training in. So and I mentioned that because I just had a friend recently reach out who's dealing with some unfulfilled joy in her nursing career. I just recently saw a meme too about nurses having to work holidays. Oh my gosh, it just hurts my heart. It hurts my heart to see people unpleasant, not being able to do what they were not being able to have joy in what they're called to do. And I work with clients in that as well, helping them to find joy in what they're called to do as well. So anyways, don't let imposter syndrome creep in. Do those few things that I mentioned, journal about it, turn off distractions, limit your time on social media, stay away from negative people. Oh, and staying away from negative people, that is too, if you're following people that are not positive for you or for your mental health as well, unfollow them. Unfriend them on Facebook. It will probably be a benefit to you not to see their negative comments or reactions to things always in your face. Anyways, something that was on my heart because my husband's had to do that recently with some people, and he's like, it's just not good for me. And him and I talked about it, and so kind of relinquished some of those people. And I just recently did it with some people as well. So, anyways, you got to protect yourself, set up those boundaries, so that way imposter syndrome doesn't creep in both in your personal and professional lives. But anyway, so I'm Lydia Cook. I'm a life coach. To learn more about me, go to lydiacookcoaching.com. I take clients on a one-to-one basis. It's more of that hand holding, that relationship that we build together where we grow, where I help you grow, set aside some strategies or put together some strategies to help you grow both professionally and personally. And then I also have a mastermind where it's just a group of like-minded people that get together, talk about how to grow your business or grow personally and professionally again, but more in a group setting. My one-to-one clients have access to the mastermind Facebook group as well. And I do have a free Facebook group if you'd like more information about that too. Again, lydiacookcoaching.com is a great place to find me, but comment imposter if you need some more help with imposter syndrome, or if you want to run some questions by me, DM me some questions. I'm happy to answer them for you. Hey, make the rest of this week a great one. 2023 is your year. It's up to you to make it that way, but it is your year.